Here with Miami coach Chris Bergeron. The Red Hawks host Ferris State this weekend to begin the 22-23 season. We will open up for some questions.
Hi, Coach. What are you most excited about from your new team going into this new season?
Hi, Patrick. What am I most excited about? This time of year for me is about the players. I'm excited for them to play against somebody else. You know, I don't know if it's just the job for me, and it's time for us to start learning from games. 100% you learn from practice, doing it right, doing it wrong. And we've had 5 weeks of that, so we've been able to learn from it. Now it's time to play against somebody else and have to deal with that kind of adversity, whether it's individual or collective. The lineup goes up on Friday. Somebody will be in, some people won't be. Then you have power play time and PK time and so on and so forth. So that's for me what this weekend signifies. For the players, I'm excited for them because they get to put the jersey on. They get to go and play in front of their fellow students and the people that follow us at home, and they get to play against somebody else. So I'm excited for that for them.
Hi, Coach.
Hi, Wads. How are you?
I'm doing good. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
A lot of new faces this year. So how tough is that? What's the process for you to kind of fit all these players in? Obviously, you recruit for a reason, positions and everything, but what's that process like?
I think that there's a couple heads to that. One, we as coaches are trying to welcome them and set the tone, in terms of how it's going to be on the ice in practice, how it's, what's expected of them. But they're all things that, as you mentioned, we recruited them. So something we take pride in recruiting is they know exactly what they're walking into. So it's never going to be, well, I didn't know I was going to be expected to do that, to go to class or to try hard in practice or those kind of things. They knew exactly what they were walking into. The other piece of that is the returning players, welcoming them to the Miami hockey family and specifically the 22-23 team. Because yes, you are, it's a 4-year plan, generally speaking, but each year has its own thing, right? It has its own identity, has its own leadership group and so on. And I think our guys have done a good job of welcoming those 9 players. I want that to be part of our culture, that this isn't returners and then lowly freshmen. This is one big family, and the quicker they feel part of it, the quicker they can act like they're part of it on the ice. You mentioned with 9 guys, there's going to be, I don't know how many in the lineup every night, but there's going to be a bunch of them in the lineup every night. They better feel comfortable from teammate to teammate. And our older guys, I believe, have done a good job of that over the last 5 or 6 weeks, and welcoming them, helping show them the ropes, if you will, and the player-to-player teaching that goes on, I think, is outstanding. Whether it be on the ice in X's and O's, or how we operate off the ice, or whatever it is, where to go to this class, where to go to that class, those kind of things. So I think the coaches have done some of that, but our returning players have been a big part of that as well, of acclimating those 9 people, and Carter McPhail as well. I mean, Carter is a first year with us, so you put a 10th into that. I think our guys have done a good job of just welcoming people to our program.
Speaking of new faces as well, some domino effects through college hockey kind of hit Miami. You had a late summer loss coaching-wise. Eric Rude moved on, and he's getting a chance to coach now, head coach-wise in the USHL. But you got a chance to bring Zach Size again. Tell us a little bit where he fits in.
Well, Zach, we were hoping with this hire that we'd have somebody hit the ground running, and I'm not sure that I even realized how fast he'd be running. I mean, Zach is a guy that gets after it. We were very happy for Eric and his family to get that opportunity. He's working for one of his best friends in Sioux Falls. Working with one of his best friends in Sioux Falls. So we were happy there. The timing was such where Barry and I said, listen, let's try to get the best fit for us over the next number of weeks. If we can't find that, we'll punt it and we'll go into the spring. And that wasn't the case. We were able to spend some time with Zach. Barry and Zach had a relationship, it sounds like, through the recruiting world. And then, we did some due diligence and spent some time together talking and so on and so forth. And then the other piece of that is Zach and Emily have spent time on this campus before within this program. And I think all of us who love Miami and Miami hockey know that it's better when you know the place. You know, it's not an acquired taste. I don't want to say it that way, but it's something that people that know this really appreciate it, and they both knew it. They're graduate school graduates and met here, and I think if there was a short list for Zach and Emily Sizek to make them leave something they loved so much in Lake Superior, Miami was on that short list. So we were really fortunate to get them. We're fortunate to have them. And I just don't mean us as coaches. I mean the players in the program are fortunate to have Zach and Emily Sizek as part of our program.
And one thing I was wondering was, you've got 9 new faces. You've got guys coming back from NHL preseason skates. How do you, what's the expectation for those sorts of guys going into the season?
Well, the expectations are always high for us. I think, in fairness, the expectations are higher for the returners than the 9 new guys. What we're asking the 9 new people to do is ask questions when you have them and try as hard as you can. Those 2 things. Ask questions when you got them, whatever the question may be, and try as hard as you can. Those things you can control. The returning guys know exactly what to expect in terms of the on ice, in terms of the off ice, and kind of the way our day breaks down and those kind of things. So I would say, again, in fairness, the expectations are higher for them. And they're wrapping their arms around those expectations, because one of the things that we all know in this room anyway, the winning and losing hasn't been even close to what we expect. Well, the returning guys are saying those things. The returning guys are saying to our 9 freshmen that, you know, we're gonna do things different around here when it comes to winning and losing. At least, again, those are the expectations going into the season. So we're gonna rely on those older guys. And we're going to continue to say to the young guys, ask questions and try as hard as you can.
And then any standouts from these preseason skates as you get moving closer to the season?
Any standouts? I think it's been good. It's probably, you know, a couple of days it's this guy and a couple of days it's that guy, you know. I think we seem to be a little bit faster than we've been just in general. I definitely think there's a work ethic to the group and an energy to the group. Now, when you add 9 freshmen to a group, there's going to be energy there because all they want to do is fit in, and all they want to do is try hard. So I think that's what stood out. Overall, I think we can get up and down the ice pretty good as a group, and I think our intensity and our compete level has been pretty good to this point.
All right, Coach, one last question. You opened with Ferris State this weekend. What do you know about Ferris State? You opened with them last year up there.
Well, I know Bob Daniels and Drew Famulak and Mark Hoffman very well, and even Dave Sensor, their hockey operations and strength, I know. I know they'll be prepared. They're really good at what they do, playing Ferris State hockey. They're going to take away time and space. They're going to compete. They're going to defend. And I think they've made a concerted effort a focused effort to get bigger over the course of the last, 6 or 8 years. I mean, in the old WCHA, we used to play them all the time. It seemed like we'd play them 4 times a year. We'd play them in the playoffs. That's the rink at Ferris is a smaller rink. It happens fast there. So we're going to focus on ourselves going into the weekend. We have watched some video of them last year, a little bit about with our series up there at the beginning of the year, but more so, their playoff series at the end of last season and their last regular season series. So what we expect is to be well coached. We expect them to be hungry to play somebody else, just like our guys, and we expect them to be young men, just like our guys are, so fired up and excited and anxious and all of it at the same time. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna focus on ourselves, but know that we're gonna play a really good team in Ferris this weekend.
Hey, Jack, what's the feeling in the room right now as the season about to get underway in just a few days?
Yeah, we're really excited. Obviously, it's been a long training camp. Long off season as well, so we're kind of just excited to get out there in front of some home fans and hopefully give them something to cheer about.
Let's get it out of the way. We're going to call you Captain Jack. So tell me what it's like, the feeling to be named captain of the Miami Redhawks.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge honor. Obviously, this is a pretty storied program, and just the captains before me. So it's a huge honor, and that room is not just me and the leadership group. We got 10 or 11 guys, upperclassmen, so we got a good group to lead this young, new, I think we had 9 incoming freshmen, so it's definitely a big responsibility for us older guys to kind of show them the way, but I think we have the group in there to do it.
How fast has the time gone from when you were a freshman, like those 9 that are coming in here now, to where you're at and having to be one of those leaders? What's that feeling like?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it that I'm already, an upperclassman and a senior. So it feels like I kind of just walked in the door yesterday, but it's exciting to be a senior here, and it's exciting to be an older guy and kind of show them the way. So looking forward to it.
Do you feel any added pressures going into the season being named captain?
Not too much. Obviously, it's a big responsibility, and it's taking on a bigger role for sure. But added pressure, yeah. I mean, there's going to be a little bit added pressure with that. I guess it just kind of comes with the territory. But I don't really look too far into that.
And then do you feel like all the new guys? You said there's 9 new faces. Do you feel like they're catching on quick?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, obviously there's 9 of them, but they've really hit the ground running this year. So it's honestly a really exciting group. The young guys are fun to be around. They've kind of brought a very nice new dynamic to us too, which is very exciting.
Yeah, one more for you, Jack. The team. Tell me about the expectations. Looking around, trying to kind of get this thing going again, riding the ship from where the program had been in years past to where it's now. What do you kind of feel like you're at in that progress?
Yeah, obviously the past few years haven't been what we want it to be. We're not going to shy away from that. We're not going to hide from that. We know that this year we're going to be a resilient group. We want to be relevant in college hockey. We want to be relevant in our conference and on this campus. So hopefully that we can just kind of be a team that no matter what's hard to play against, and we really just want to give our fans something to cheer about and something to be proud of. So that's what you can expect from us this year, and that's what we're looking to do.